Good morning, gentlemen. Joe with PCG Consulting. Wanted to do a second take. I don't think I looked at Sarah or Brianna, but this should be Bree right here. Brianna Berg. Let's just go jump in there. Obviously, everybody with a high task. So, wanted you to see an example. It's 4:27 a.m. Central Standard Time, and this should be your time when those came in. Okay. So just, good, always a good idea to monitor your after hours process. Who's doing it, what's happening. Obviously, there's 150 off used car and a contact us type deal. She's got a lot of overdues, or I mean, a lot of, task. And look at the age of some of these. So might need to have like a, let's clean it up, wipe it out, power hour of call, and knock out a lot of these. I'm not real sure if that's just carryover from a long time ago. Um, that's a repeat customer, 2 days. Let's take a look. Let's get down here to where there's something that's being worked recently. Canada dealer website, so that's probably a click to call. It was a phone call that came in. That's good to see that. Let's get down here where something is relatively fresh. Contact at once. Let's chat. It's good. Inbound call. So she's getting inbound calls. Let's take a look at something that's relatively since the time new since the time I've been there. Wish list found at least one vehicle. Autotrader.com. That's probably a pretty juicy deal there. Let's take a look at what she did with that. And we'll look at this Randy Laws. That's pretty close to after I've been there. This says it's inactive, so it's lost. Let's just look at the process here. Came in on 4/3 in the afternoon. Just so we're not getting ourselves when it's 4/3. That's on a Friday afternoon. Good Friday. Is the Civic still available? Customer's got a question. Okay. So let's follow the customer experience with what we did as a process. And this should be especially after I'd been there. Showing me the lead here. It's AutoTrader, right? The car could be gone. That's fine. But if you remember the training, how do we handle that? Definitely don't want to bring somebody in on something that's not here. But here's the customer's question right there. Okay. So let's look how we respond at 147. Pretty quick. But it's autoresponder. Mike, I thought we were not going to do this. This is going out. I don't know if this is the one that we modified, but why are we doing automated? Why can't we just call them? But here we go, 149 outbound phone call, stopping the clock. So why are we stopping the clock instead of making a real call? Okay, so let's see what's here. 150. All right, so she's sending out the pricing template. Looks good. I just would have, no pricing in there. So this may have been before it came out because obviously we didn't have pricing on our cars. Just killing ourselves, when we don't have pricing and we're sending out a response. But we stopped the clock. So I know we talked about we're going to quit doing that. Why not just go ahead and make that first phone call? This is in the afternoon, and obviously, is the Civic still available? We send this one, and then we get a response. Thank you for getting back to me. Sundays work best for me, usually afternoon time. I work nights and sleep in the AM, so later in the afternoon, the better. Okay. So he's given us instructions. Best number you can reach me at. He's being very specific about his work schedule. It's awesome. Hi, Jennifer. Okay. Or I keep saying he, it's she. Send that. I just realized Sunday is easier. I mean, it's Easter. Would Monday be okay? So good communication. So now we're going into Monday. And there's what happened. So here's a question. Okay, the vehicle you were interested in is no longer available. We'd still like stop in. I mean, she's doing the best she can, but the pricing template, and I don't know, maybe getting on top of a little bit closer to what we're trying to do. But anyway, unfortunately, we do not have any other Civics in your price range. So I just basically told this customer I can't help them. Yeah, that's very courteous. Keep an eye out for it. Okay. Just I just don't feel excited about it. But anyway, it was just a new one just popping in. I recently sent you a quote on Honda Civic you inquired about. Why would we send this if I've already got communication? This could be a problem because this was maybe before we corrected the process. Then we finally decided to do a text. And if the customer opts in, that's great. If they don't, then what you got to do is use the other option for texting. Well, look at that. So interested, customer still interested. It's been sold. Kind of confusing now. April 10th. She's just responding to it. And yeah. Okay. You get somebody that's actually interested in buying a car, a $7,000 car. I mean, what kind of trade-ins do we have? I mean, is there a save a deal that tells me there was a trade-in maybe near that? Now that we've gone from 4.3 to 4.10, I mean, it's a week. So anyway, just kind of looking at it for what it is so you guys can see. I feel like she did some pretty good follow-up, keeping up with, but there's a couple of misfires in there if you can kind of tell. You know what I mean? But the customer's need for a car was still greater than our mishap in getting information in a nice sequential way. Could be because we're too busy or not paying attention, or both of the above. Let's look at this one right here. This was like 17 days. Take a look at it. You can see up here, that it's just a one lead, which is good. It's cars.com, so it's just a simple lead. Hello, I'm interested in this car, Ridgeline. I already stopped in and test drove it, but your salesperson attempted to lie to me about the price. Wanted to buy it for the price, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so she went to cars.com just to go verify price. That's important. Desk to the floor, you know. And even though the customer may have the wrong perception about us, the customer perception is going to win because the customer's perception is the one paying the money. Look what we do with this lead. They've been in the store. We do this. Okay. That's nice, but it's just a machine talking to me. I read it and I can tell this is a machine talking to me. Sounds great, but it's not, you know what I mean? We give you the best price, our lowest price right up front. They are describing an experience that doesn't match our little quote here. And then we send this. Someone will be with you shortly. So I don't know if we're doing these to stop the clock. This came in the night before, and then now we're doing it the next day. And 701, hi Randy, want to correct this. Okay, that's awesome. Looks good. Oh, my best Kathy. So Kathy jumped in on this lead. This is a Brianna lead. That was great that she's immediately responding to his issue. I'm wondering why nobody was available the night before. I'll check y'all's hours. I thought y'all stayed open to 8, maybe it's 7. Anyway, it could be after hours. And then you can see Maggie pull it from the bucket. And here we go. Kathleen's calling it. And I don't know who Kathleen is. I thought this was a Brianna deal. Oh, that's still Kathy. If you have any more questions. So what templates does Kathy know how to use? And then here we go on 4-5. Wanted to drop a quick line. Still interested. Another phone call. Obviously some conversation going on. You know, this is a sale. Do I have a desk manager involved? Mike, are we involved? So that's, you know, just saving car deals if I can. Can't save them all, but Kathy sure is involved. Now all of a sudden, email disabled, customer unsubscribed. So got disenchanted, right? My question is, well, this is Kathleen. This is a salesperson. I guess we gave it to a salesperson. You know, can't save them all. Just like to make sure there was some management involvement. But here's what I don't see. I don't see any notes from a manager. You know, with my 3 initials behind it saying that you're involved in it. I've got internet process active. I would have changed that to contact made and not let the system go crazy trying to fire off everything at this person. So anyway, just an example of maybe kind of a miss, but it's not a horrible thing, except we didn't sell the car. They were here on a car that we were looking for, that we had that they were looking for. So this gives you an idea of some of the stuff maybe going on. Not that it's imperfect or everything's bad, but just kind of a heads up. You know, most of your team, Mike, has a lot of tasks due. We might need to go and clean some of that up, but I'm just taking a look at some of this stuff that might be closer to being fresh. Let's just look at admins just to see, you know, lead received. There's the offer. 2 o'clock, April 5th. Email response. I'm looking for 2 emails, 2 phone calls on day 1. So I do the email response. Okay. So somebody's going to be contacting you shortly. What are we using this for? Why can't we just go ahead and call them and email them? We sent out 1 car and no price. Could have been about the time I was there, and we're correcting some of those. So this is a machine. This is a machine. Looks like it. Customer even read it. Here's Kathy again. This came in the afternoon. Kathleen's pulling your leads. I think when you were there, you had talked to. If Kathleen has plenty to do, I guess this is Kathy, to be following up auto alert. And why is she doing all this? So she sent out a pricing template. We didn't even have a price on it. Phone call. There's your email. I'm just saying it might be a little bit of a fumble. Didn't result in a sale. No contact made. But this is under Brianna. So we might need to take a look at this and make sure assignments are happening right. You leave everything in a bucket and I understand why. But we might need to seriously look at going on a round robin basis. Then Solutions allows that. Excuse my yawn. It is 4:43 in the morning here. Just trying to help you get a little further down the road, man. Blocking and tackling. And this was, during the light of day. And my thing is, got a phone call at 8:54 a.m. the next day. Why didn't we call them that afternoon? We sent all this automated junk. You're just going to miss opportunities by doing that. Oh, here's another autoresponder. Let's see what this one is. So maybe we need to focus on that. Numbers are looking good if the numbers are real as far as the count goes. If I look at what you sold on e-leads, pure e-leads that you sent me via text, looks like we're pulling a good number. So hopefully everything's getting tighter. I think the girls are really good if we just give them good, solid instruction. But look at the customer experience in this view here. This customer experience, leaves a little bit to luster. And granted, that was Kathy, but we need to stop that. Thanks a lot.